Have you already heard of IEO? I'm sure you have, as it's become more and more popular since its big rise in 2017 and 2019. Some even say that in IEO lies the future of fundraising for cryptocurrency startups, although that remains to be seen. But first of all, let's find out what an IEO is and how it differs from a better-known ICO. If you're not familiar with the initial coin offerings, we suggest you watch our explainer video about ICO. IEO stands for Initial Exchange Offering or Offerings. To put it simply, IEO is a token sale made through a partnering exchange. Although technically IEO is a form of ICO, the main difference between them is that the project can't offer IEO directly to the investors. An exchange platform should always be involved. What's going on at IEO? The first step to start the IEO process for a cryptocurrency startup is to make an agreement with an exchange. This could be challenging because the startup has to meet a number of requirements and pass a thorough vetting process. It usually includes no less than an evaluation of the new token, assessment of the application, and analysis of the team's experience and reputation. Also, both investors and the project's team have to pass Know Your Customer procedures as a part of an anti-money laundering policy by providing identity-establishing credentials. When everything is set, the crowdfunding event starts, letting investors buy desired tokens. And, good news for investors, those new tokens can be traded immediately on the hosting exchange platform. You may wonder why we need a middleman. The answer is obvious for anyone who has some experience with ICO. For safety reasons. The initial boom of ICO was followed by disappointment due to numerous scams. In the IEO case, it's the exchanges who do due diligence and therefore protect investors. No more spending funds on tokens that might never be listed on exchanges. Now, when we understand why there is an exchange in IEO, let's go through the biggest pros and cons of this process for both investors and cryptocurrency projects. Pros. Number 1. IEO is simple. Exchange requires investors to go through KYC AML only once, so no need to provide piles of documents every time they want to participate in IEO. Concerning projects, exchanges have quite a clear applying process and then help with the listing. That means that even without experience in crypto offerings, one can try to benefit from IEO. 2. IEO is trustworthy. As we've already mentioned, safety is one of the main reasons why investors prefer to deal with IEO rather than ICO. It's in the best interests of an exchange to thoroughly check the startup's background, because it's the exchange that puts its reputation at stake. Another good thing is the security of the transaction, which is also ensured by the exchange. 3. IEOs are advantageous for projects. By partnering with an exchange, a cryptocurrency startup not only boosts its credibility and visibility, it also receives help with marketing and gets access to the exchange's client base. Therefore, projects can cut some costs from marketing budget in addition to lower security and organizational costs compared to ICO. 4. IEOs tend to be successful. Thanks to all those benefits we've listed, IEO looks appealing for both the investors and startups. Almost all projects participating in IEO reach minimum fundraising goals. A lot of them hit the hard cap. Investors can enjoy the fact that the average IEO ROI stays well into the positives for some time already. Unfortunately, all those nice things can't exist without a few cons. 1. IEO is costly. Partnering with an exchange may seem to be a good idea, but exchange has to get their piece of the pie too. That's why they require a fee or a percentage of profit in order to sell your tokens through an IEO. The fee varies by exchange and sometimes can reach up to $1 million. Not so appealing, huh? 2. IEO is not anonymous. All IEO investors must undergo KYC AML procedures. And as we know, a lot of cryptocurrency world members are quite strict about keeping their privacy. As a result, going with IEO means some potential investors will be counted out. 3. IEO requires an account at the exchange. This might not seem like a big deal, but anyone interested in a specific project needs to be on the exchange's client list before the crowdfunding event starts. Otherwise, the desired IEO could be finished long before the exchange security team approves a new account. 4. IEO can be vulnerable to manipulation. Sometimes the IEO exchange and startup team keep an unexpectedly large amount of tokens. This may lead to interference with prices later on. Another thing is the required minimum of native token holdings, which allows exchanges to inflate tokens' value by scarcity marketing tactics. And after all, there's a wash trading often, conducted by numerous exchanges. Want to know more about speculative trading tactics? Please find a link in the description. What are the conclusions then? IEOs look like a promising option, especially for new players on the crypto market. Due to the increased safety and security, they will remain attractive for all the participants, including the exchange itself. Nevertheless, you should remember that an investment is always a risk, and some research and checking is definitely a must. That's all for today's video. I hope you find it interesting and helpful. Let me know what you think about IEO in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos.